In a game universe that consists of so many great characters like...
All right, kid.
And...
Evelyn Parker. I knew it was you as soon as you walked in.
And...
Don't come here often, do you? It's good to see you, chica.
And...
Absolutely. Thanks, V.
I can go on and on, but I think you guys get the point. The person that stood out to me wasn't the lovable but problematic Johnny, or the literal definition of gone too soon in your best friend Jackie, but rather the main character V. And before you guys tell me that that's how all main game characters are supposed to go, well, you better not say anything to these guys. V, just like many MCs in games, is a character in which us, the players, can progress the story based on the choices we make. But most of the dialogue options within Cyberpunk don't actually affect the main story, just change the next line of dialogue. Therefore, we can literally look at V as a character and not just a byproduct of our choices. And for all you guys who haven't played Cyberpunk or completed the main game, just giving you a fair warning, spoiler alert. When I play most video games, I play as a guy because I'm a guy and I just want to relate with the character I'm playing with. And I did do that for Cyberpunk until I ran into a small problem.
What? What the f?
So I left my current playthrough and I started again. Yes, because of Judy. I'm not the only one. And during the second playthrough, I found myself being even more immersed. And that was actually kind of a pleasant surprise, and that's simply just because V is a total badass.
Bang.
Whereas in like a lot of games, a dramatic atmosphere or a backdrop is portrayed for a main character's most epic moments, so that the gamer is like absorbed into the badassery of the MC. Too many times V does the exact same thing or even greater simply by her presence and her voice. Oh, and badassery is a word, I didn't just make that up. Wait. Oh, thank God. So a classic example comes in a mission called Gun Music, where V is basically just roaming the streets of Night Sea and she bumps into her old crew called the Aldecados, and they're in a deal with the not so friendly group called the Scavengers. And as we all know in video games, any deals that are about to go down have a very slim to none chance of actually succeeding. Tensions are rising, both parties are blaming each other for one thing or another. One of them saying that they don't have enough eddies, the other one saying that they came late. It doesn't really matter. But what does V do to help the situation?
If I were you, I'd think real hard about your next move. You're right. I was the one who took out your chooms in Watson. Shot them like fish in a barrel. Why do you think this'll play out any different? Because you got us surrounded? Take a look at me. A real good one. See my implants? I could slice you into ribbons before you can squeeze a trigger. I know it. You know it.
Give him the edges.
Damn. One of the most distinct characteristics of V is her voice. I believe both Gavin Drea and Sharami Lee, please say I pronounced those names right, did an outstanding job. But for me, Sharami really got me to be immersed into the character of V by her performance. As you all know, voices of characters help gamers to become even more immersed into the story as well as resonate with the characters themselves. But if the voice of a character is annoying or even worse, soulless, it becomes difficult for you to actually enjoy the moment. Rather, you start thinking about how awkward the situation would be, which wouldn't have happened if the voice acting was actually good.
And I like seeing you up here. Oh my goodness, writer. Also, the accent. The accent is, I mean, it's not the only thing, but, okay, I should just go over there to the piloting.
You know exactly what I'm trying to say. What did it mean? Like, to you?
I hope it was the beginning of something nice. Unless you see things differently.
Can be such a gonk sometimes.
I rest my case. Nah, but V definitely has one of those voices where you can just listen to. It's like a radio voice. You can just listen to while driving at nighttime on the radio. You know, at nighttime, just listening. Throughout Cyberpunk 2077, V is constantly thrust into dire situations, whether it's fighting against time to save her life, dealing with gangs who have sent hits after her, or an unwanted rocker boy / terrorist who lives in her mind, or just literally trying to find ends meet to survive in the hellhole called Night City. And despite all the problems she's going through, she just cracks on. She doesn't linger in her problems and woes, she just persists. Too many video game characters nowadays just talk about their feelings and how they need time to process all the things that are happening to them, and they want us gamers to understand where they're coming from, which really doesn't connect us to the character themselves, but rather leads us to think into the character, grow a pair so we can just continue on with the game. I know I personally play games in order to get lost in the fantasy of it all and to enjoy the moments, and just to hear my character continuously talk about their feelings makes me lose interest in the entire game.
Let me tell you something. Nowadays, everybody's got to go to shrinks and counselors and go on Sally, Jesse, Raphael and talk about their problems. Whatever happened to Gary Cooper, the strong, silent type? That was an American. He wasn't in touch with his feelings. He just did what he had to do. See, what they didn't know was once they got Gary Cooper in touch with his feelings, that they wouldn't be able to shut him up.
And trust me, I'm not saying that V doesn't talk about her feelings at all in the game. In fact, there are really sensitive moments where she would prefer it all ended, but these are just glimpses into the mind of someone who's going through arguably hell. They're moments, they're not the entire character. If you know anything about the Cyberpunk universe, then you know that happy endings are a rarity. Trust me guys, you do not know how difficult that scene was to cut. But despite how grim and dark the world of Cyberpunk actually is, one thing we see is V become like a symbol of hope to the others as she impacts each of their lives in a positive way. We see this in her as she helps Johnny to reconcile with his former band members and lover, becoming the middleman to connect Panam back to a family she deserted, even encouraging a depressed police officer to accept the hand of friendship from his colleagues, and developing a friendship with a former Arasaka bodyguard who would never believe that it would be possible before. The list goes on and on till you eventually see that despite all the horrors in the world, and trust me, there are horrors in this game, V starts to shine like a symbol of warmth and hope that makes the player actually desire to live in that world, which in reality, if any of us actually did, we would absolutely hate it. One thing that Cyberpunk does so well is that it makes you to forget how horrible of a situation V is in, or the awful actions committed, because all the characters are just so captivating, most of all V. Well, that's my take, but what was yours? Did you enjoy playing V, or what was your favorite character in the Cyberpunk game? As you can probably tell, I'm new to all of this, so let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. And did you enjoy the video? I stream every day on Twitch, Monday to Saturdays, and if you feel like just hanging out, come hang out. But till then, stay blessed. Peace.